Hi, BJ Posnecki. Today I'm going to go over some basic sump pump troubleshooting for down in your basement. If you're underwater and the basement flooded, couple things that I want you to, couple steps. We need to process and eliminate what the situation or what the problem is. So first we're going to start and make sure that we've got power to the sump pump. So go down to your circuit breaker and look for the breaker that's labeled sump pump. Even if it's on, go ahead and just turn it off, give it a good push to the off position, and then turn it back on, making sure that that circuit has power. Next, we're going to go over to the sump pump. Some municipalities, or I should say many municipalities, unless if you get an addendum before you're building the house, will require a GFI outlet in every wet location, meaning the basement, kitchens, bathrooms, the garage, outside. So, and this is a perfect example. So here's a GFI, as you can see, and this particular GFI, when it's tripped, has this red light. So right now, this outlet that powers the sump pump is off. So I'm going to go ahead and reset this. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but the sump pump just kicked on. So if you have a GFI at your sump pump, check to make sure that it's not tripped. If it did trip, reset it. Hopefully the pump will kick on after that. And then what I would do, if this were my house, is I would put in a regular outlet, a regular receptacle. Yeah, it may be against code. A lot of times villages will allow you to change out a GFI and put an outlet here because it's kind of counterintuitive. These GFI outlets are actually made to sense a spark or something's grounding out. And an electric motor, which a sump pump has, has a spark to start. So it's a little counterintuitive. It's a code requirement. If you have a GFI here, go to Home Depot, Menards, and just get a regular, just get a regular 15 amp square receptacle. This way you can use this metal Garvin cover, and you're just swapping it out, and it's some basic electrical. Okay. You have power at the outlet and the sump pump is still not working. What I've seen happen, the next step would be is to grab this pipe and just give it a good shake. Down in this pit where the pump is, sometimes, there's different style pumps, but a lot of them have a float switch where it has almost like a fishing bobber, think of like a big fishing bobber. It's a big float, and it slides up and down a rod. And when the water level gets high, it kicks the pump on, and then as the water level lowers, it will turn off the pump. Sometimes with the vibration of the pump moving, it can get caught up on the sidewall of the pit. So by shaking this pipe may get you back on for the time being, so at least this way it's pumping out the water. And this is again a perfect example. I have no idea how long this, oh, never mind. All right, so that's good. A lot of times if you're flooded or the pump hasn't run in a long time, there's a ton of groundwater around the house. So this pump is going to it could run for hours until it removes all that groundwater. So, so if shaking the pipe, hopefully that will work, and then at least it'll get the pump back on. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this lid off and reposition the pump so that that float switch is nowhere near the perimeter of this pit. After that, if the pump is still not working, after going through all these steps, then chances are that the pump has failed and you're going to have to replace the pump. In replacing the pump, I always recommend for added security, is after you put in the new pump and you're back online, is I would go ahead while you're doing the work, is I would go ahead and install a battery backup sump pump. And what that'll do is, and make sure you get one with a maintenance-free battery, meaning it's kind of like it's a marine battery, like you have for a boat versus some of the older sump pump batteries. You have to add distilled water to them like every quarter, or else the battery will die and it defeats the purpose. But by having the battery backup pump, it's just an added level of security, where if the main pump fails, the battery backup pump will kick on, or if you lose power, you're protected there too. So follow these steps to troubleshoot your sump pump. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to comment. Let me know what videos you guys want. I'm always open for suggestion. Thank you, and have a great day.